Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, Being the Elite has gone on indefinite hiatus.
The latest on the rumour about the Young Bucks going to WWE.
There was a major title change on last night's Raw.
And technical difficulties on last night's Monday Night Raw. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Alright, we're going to kick things off by talking about Being the Elite. It's not going to be airing for a little while. As announced by the show's official Twitter account, no Being the Elite this week on hiatus. Hiatus.
I never know.
Hiatus, like I said in the intro. On hiatus until further notice. So they're not producing it at the moment. So last week, everyone was expecting the show in the usual Monday time slot. Mm-hmm. And of course, because of what happened after All Out, everyone was like, oh my, yeah, this is going to be the most amazing episode ever. They ended up doing it on Tuesday, so a day later than usual, and they didn't address all the stuff.
Do you think that's Cutler's got footage? Do you think that's why?
Well, might have to send that to the legal team in this investigation. Now, you know all about the brawl. You know the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, CM Punk, and some other people. Cutler, was Cutler suspended? A bunch of people. Yeah, a bunch of people were suspended pending a third-party investigation into what actually happened and how it all got started and all of that. So there you go. Now, the tweet for this Being the Elite hiatus went out about 5 or 6 hours ago. Personally, right, I think a lot of people will look into this a little bit more than is warranted. For me, and this is just me editorializing, I think that if you were to produce Being the Elite episodes right now, right, pretending that nothing happened,
yes,
that would be extremely weird and awkward and strange. It's kind of like Kenny Omega pulling out of Swerve's podcast, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If he went on there, you can't just ignore the stuff. However,
you can't answer questions, presumably.
Exactly. But it's a pending legal situation, yes, so they can't address it. So for me, this is just a smart move, and they probably know that when they put it on hiatus, a lot of people were going to go, oh, but they must be leaving or whatever.
Yes.
So there you go. That's my take on it. You've got something bottled up, I can tell.
No, I think you're completely correct. The only way I could have seen that you fix this is literally Being the Elite is just 20 minutes of an elephant in a room. Because it's like you say, they can't really be like, oh, what wacky stuff are we going to get up to this week? Because they're like, show us what happened then, or talk about what happened then. And like you say, legally, they just can't. So it makes sense. And if you're sad about Being the Elite not being on anymore, can I offer you a muffin at this trying time from, what is it, Mindy's Bakery?
Mindy's Bakery.
There you go.
Actually,
it's not open today, it's Tuesday. Bollocks.
The debate rages on. Were they muffins? Were they cupcakes?
What?
It's the hot button topic doing the internet right now.
Andy H. Murray on Twitter, he's going to do a poll today and we'll answer this question tomorrow.
I ain't doing no poll.
I'll do a poll.
You do the poll.
Adam Wilborn.
I'm scared of the discourse. People are going to go, you're simping for muffins. Like,
I think I had a banoffee muffin yesterday after the news.
I think you're on the cupcakes payroll here. He did buy. I watched
Big
him.
Cupcakes.
I watched him buy this banoffee muffin. It wasn't from Big Coffee Shop.
I have said this all along, though. None of this would have happened if AEW just had a rage room. It's so simple. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about.
Shout at Brandon Cutler or whatever.
Shout out a muffin.
Shout at Ace Steel, he might bite you.
Careful.
Allegedly.
Right, let's talk about the Young Bucks. I thought we'd killed the rumour of them going to WWE yesterday. Meltzer seemed to suggest, that's not the case, it's all hearsay, blah, 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 blah. They are contracted to AEW till the 1st of January 2024. But this rumour has persisted. It continues to roll on. Fightful Select yesterday putting out a report covering everything they'd basically heard about the situation. The rumour of the Bucks attempting to gauge interest for when their contracts expire has been around since August, so this has been prior to the incident, of course. Though there was no indication prior to All Out that they wanted out of AEW. At the end of the day, they did create All Elite Wrestling, the clues in the title. But interestingly, Fightful cites a source claiming to have heard that Matt and Nick Jackson had requested to speak to a member of WWE's management team. Now, more than likely, this is maybe just them getting the lay of the land of potentially becoming free agents. Maybe it's even, if you want to reach, it's them leveraging their position for a better pay deal within AEW. I still, when we mock up like images of them with a WWE logo behind them, my brain melts. I still can't see it happening, but it makes sense. They do have some friends, obviously, in that WWE locker room who are having a much better time recently. So potentially it makes sense that they could put out feelers, but I still would bet my house on them still being with AEW into 2024 and beyond.
I think this is another mountain out of a molehill kind of situation going on here. We should mention as well that the thing about reaching out to a management team is not confirmed.
Yes, sorry.
None of this is. It's all kind of rumory. I'm a rumory
and hearsay.
So yeah, I have the same stance as I did yesterday. I think that if you want to drum up your value and score the best deal for yourself, you play parties against each other and you reach out and you put feelers out there and go, hey, they've offered me this, you got to offer me this. It's just smart. It's smart stuff. Also, I think that wrestlers moving around the business is good for the business in general. People have options now. People can score better deals for themselves. It's a better situation across the board. The Bucks in WWE would melt my mind as well.
It's insane, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
Generation me in NXT 2.0.
Gotta
learn the ropes, brother.
Well, they called Max and Jeremy Buck. I get that.
Yes.
But then I said the same thing about Cody. So.
Yeah, to be fair, yes, exactly. It's never say never, but it isn't that you say it is a natural course of events. For example, when my contract came up here at WhatCulture, I put out some feelers to WWE, and they said, "Who are you?" Counter offer, baby.
They hired Kevin Patrick instead. They heard the accent.
I can do accents. No,
right.
Just no.
There was a title change on Raw last night, and it was the title change you thought it was. Still a bit of a
weird.
The situation we had to get here was interesting, but it comes obviously following the finals of the women's tag team title tournaments where Damage Control were beaten by Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez. But what are they called? Badass and Bougie? I've seen that used to describe them. But it was a roll-up on Dakota Kai, who wasn't the legal woman.
Yes.
So it was like we knew the rematch was coming. And Kai and Io Sky won the belts last night. They are the new women's tag team champions, defeating Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez. Obviously stemming from that situation. I think that going into the tournament, most people would have picked Damage Control as the favourites to win it. This is the method that WWE have chosen rather than putting it straight on them, which personally I think wrestling works best when you keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
And if I had the pencil, I would have penned that. But we've taken a couple of weeks diversion. They've put it on Aaliyah and Raquel here, and now we have new tag team champions.
They got there in the end. That's all I'll say about this. I think the only reason that they may have done this, and we may see this going forward, is so that they could, have baby faces win the title belts. Then you put it on the heels, and the baby faces say, "Give us one more go at Extreme Rules," and the heels retain, and then maybe we get Sasha and Naomi back. Because I always assumed they were going to have the old gimmick of, we're the tag team champions. Surprise, bitch. It's going to be the Sasha and Naomi return at that point, and that's... But they didn't do it, obviously, last night. Sige made a very good point on our Raw preview yesterday that if you are going to have Sasha and Naomi return, do the whole, they're coming back, but we can't officially say it with the sort of CM Punk or whatever you want to suggest. But, I don't know. It seems like a weird workaround they've done around it. I think the only reason that you could do this is, to justify one more match at Extreme Rules where, hopefully Raquel Rodriguez turns on Aaliyah because she's a great baddie. I really like Raquel Rodriguez.
Big Daddy Raquel Rodriguez. Indeed. Cool. Big Mommy cool. That's what I was looking for. They are Diesel.
And let's talk another thing about last night's Raw because some people couldn't see parts of it. Technical difficulties, Andy.
Oh no, we missed the squash match.
You may have seen this on Sean Ross Sapp's Twitter. No crap. Just Sapp on his Twitter and Fightful Select, of course. But there was technical difficulties on the USA Network, meaning, as Andy mentioned, that a lot of people missed a pointless squash from Omos because apparently the last year of his career hasn't happened. I don't know. It's sort of we were talking about Veer yesterday, and then I just hit the reset button on Omos. Yeah. I'll be honest, it was no great loss. It was a squash match with Omos. It was fun to see him chuck guys around, but I've seen a lot of that, so it's fine. There was technical difficulties. An image flashed up on the screen. Raw logo from like 3 Raws ago came up, and it was Omos' first victory since my birthday episode of Monday Night Raw, the 8th of August.
Yeah,
good to see him back in the ring, I suppose.
From the clip I've seen of this, the USA Network thing, it was like Omos was coming to the ring. And then you had the splash image or whatever, it cut out, and then he was just, the two guys were stacked up and the match had been won. So yeah, clearly didn't put up much of a struggle there, as you'd imagine. Yeah, it's just a mistake, you know.
Rumours of Via being the Raw hacker is already spreading around the Wilborn household, at least.
Tell me Redemption.
You're putting a different squash match on, pulls a wire out.
You tell me Retribution are coming back. We haven't seen T-Bar in a while, have we? Yeah.
I'm fine. The wrestler, Dominik Dijakovic, love him. Don't need to see any more T-Bar.
No.
Isn't it amazing to think the person who got the most out of Retribution is Marseille.
Marseille. Well, that's an idea. You could put. Why don't you put T-Bar in Maximum Male? What would his name be? Like Teebs or something like that?
Yeah, it would be like Teber.
Tebre.
I love you, Maximum Male models, but also, do you know what else I would love? The return of LA Knight.
See, I think they've got something deliciously stupid in Maximum Male models, and they should keep that going.
You can have both. You can have both. You got Maxine Dupri, and you can have LA Knight.
It's not stupid enough. It's not stupid enough.
Not stupid
the
enough.
The synergy and the stupidity of Maximum Male models at the moment is perfect.
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. I love the LA Knight shtick, don't get me wrong. Save that for
Should we do the tag? Yeah, the Maximum Male model tag. Boop.
There you go. It's like flicking a dog on its little nose.
I'm going to put this out there. They're better
than the Young Bucks.
Yeah. You said it, not me. Right, let's move on to our Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course. If you want to get in touch with us. First question today comes from Travis Zachary, who writes, "Good morning, gents." Morning, Trav. He says, "Do you think Rey Mysterio will infiltrate the Judgment Day to save his son, only to be taken under the wings of wickedness?"
No. I'm laughing at the...
What was Finn Balor wearing on his head in the main event of last night?
Yeah, that was peculiar.
That made me, I was like, whoa, rewind that. What's that?
I think that Rey Mysterio works best as a pure, uncomplicated, simple babyface, particularly at this stage in his career where he's like ultra sympathetic because of his veteran status and all of this. So I wouldn't do any elaborate ploys with him. No, not personally, not for me.
I did like Dom's sneering promo.
Yeah,
what do bad guys do? Sneer in the dark. Anything else? Nope.
I enjoyed it. Just not earnestly.
Sticking with Ray and Dom, second question today comes from Chris, who writes, "What are the chances that Dom has been growing out his hair for an eventual hair versus mask match with Ray?"
Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, he's definitely going for some Eddie kind of vibes there as well.
Three Amigos last night.
With the mullet, yeah, absolutely. So, which is quite effective stuff to do when you're playing a dickhead heel now, because you can go, ha. But yeah, that would kind of make a bit of sense, wouldn't it? You want a familial feud, which is always ridiculous. Like the concept of I'm fighting my dad is so silly, but we love it and we accept it because it's pro wrestling and wrestling's silly.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, add another stake. Why the hell not?
Ray versus Rhea, custody of Dominik ladder match, please.
Oh my god, why not?
She is my pappy.
All right.
Shall I grow my hair out?
No.
I
mean, yes. Well, when's the toe shirt coming back?
I was going to say in less than 2 months.
Nice.
Here to stay, baby.
I like it. Your wife doesn't like it. I like it.
It's all for a good cause, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Dad Bloop gives us our final question.
Big Papa Bloop.
Who writes, "Good morning, legends. Morning, Daddy. Do you think Kevin Owens is going to take the Money in the Bank briefcase away from Theory? If so, when would you want him to cash it in?" What a promo from Kevin Owens last night.
As always, doing great work at the moment. I think that the likelier direction for Kevin Owens is the tag team thing with Sami, and they eventually come together and take the belts off the Usos. I think that's likelier. I think that Johnny Gargano's going to end up with that briefcase and pick his shot as an altruistic babyface who says in advance, "I'm challenging here," and then loses to Roman Reigns. As part of the build to whoever the heck Roman is going to fight at Mania.
Last night was the first time that I thought maybe you could have a babyface Austin Theory with the briefcase. There was that little glimpse of him seeing what he could be like if Kevin Owens took him under his wing. So I felt very surprised by those events last night, but optimistic. But if Kevin Owens does take the briefcase off Theory, I'm just going to defer to the brilliant Dorian Bush on Twitter who sent this to me.
The Bush?
KO fights Theory for the briefcase and wins, and then on an episode of SmackDown or at a pay-per-view, with Sami being the only one by Roman's side, Sami finds himself with the perfect opportunity to haluva kick Roman and give KO the chance to come out and cash in.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Rock and a hard place for Sami Zayn. I really like that booking. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think I'd probably say, in terms of likelihood, top most likely is probably Gargano with the briefcase. Then maybe like heel Theory fails cash in. Again. Then maybe babyface Theory. Then Kevin Owens. Yeah. I think you're right. Kevin Owens is busy doing tag team stuff with Sami Zayn, and that's fine by me.
Yeah, I think there is a higher chance of Snow in Hell than Theory successfully cashing in. Put it that way.
If he's not a babyface, absolutely.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that babyface cashing in.
Oh, that guy's a babyface. Anyway.
This has got his first name back, eh? Yeah. Let's conclude by saying a massive thank you. Loads of people sent stuff to us, but I want to give a massive thank you particularly to Aaron Livingston. His is today's and finally. You remember the other day we talked about our very own WhatCulture cooking show?
Yes.
It's me, Andy Murray, Brandy Rhodes, Andy Murray's best friend Baron Corbin, and Gangrel cooking. So Aaron drew this picture to show you what it could look like. And
it's fantastic.
We need matching aprons, and we need this thing to happen right now.
Yeah.
Most of those guys aren't busy, are they?
Was it his fiance that made the image?
My fiance drew the cooking show.
Shout out to Aaron and future Mrs. Aaron. It's absolutely sensational stuff.
Apologies there, yes.
What a great draw! Like this, the lengths that people go to for our stupid nonsense. I love it. I love it so much. There was another one.
Go and follow him on Twitter at WaffleDork0406.
Well,
That's a great name.
I'm a waffle dork. So there you go. Waffles. Not to start a breakfast culture war, but waffles are much better than pancakes, right? Pancakes are pish.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah.
Pancakes are absolute pish.
You might have a point
a waffle, it's just much nicer.
Do you know what's better than all that? A muffin.
A muffin.
You know what's better than that? A cookie.
Oh no, don't do it.
So the war begins.
Shouts to
Pick
Mindy.
a side.
Shouts to Mindy. If you go to Mindy's Bakery, by the way, leave a nice review. Yeah,
and don't be an arsehole. Don't go in there and be like, look in my eyes. I'll just buy a fucking
It's like those numpties. You know when Rick and Morty's popping off and you see videos of numpties in McDonald's screaming about Szechuan sauce. People suck. People suck.
What time is happened to a pickle, Andy? I'm Pickle Wilborn.
I'm Pickle Rick. I am Pickle Rick. Yeah.
For Friday, can we have me and Andy as Pickles presenting the news, please?
No.
You won't even use it, don't you?
Already got the background sorted for Friday, by the way.
Wow, that is advanced planning.
Shouts to Mark Lee Willis. He sent us some heat.
Top guy. So thank you once again to Aaron Livingston and the future Mrs. Livingston for their fantastic work on this.
You see the other one? Someone sent us another one and Gangrel replied to and went, oh boy.
What a legend.
Sensational. Shouts to Gangrel. Love that guy.
Follow me on Twitter. He follows you.
Yeah, he follows me. He sent me a birthday message one year saying, happy birthday, mate. And it said M8. And I was like, yes! Gangrel uses
What year is it? He's saving text
I love
letters.
It. I love it. It's like this legend uses abbreviations in the messages. It's awesome.
Right, anyway.
It's my birthday in a month, by the way.
Oh.
Shout outs. Yeah.
We still haven't done the thing I bought you for your birthday last year.
Yeah, we haven't, have we? But you know.
Oh, we'll get some footage from that, though.
King Eel. What?
Let us know your thoughts on everything we discussed in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling wherever you get your podcasts from for daily wrestling podcasts, the Raw review, and the NXT 2.0 preview. A year of NXT 2.0.
Oh, the great memories it has brought us. This wonderful TV show.
What a 52 weeks it's been. That's coming your way later on today. Of course, as well as that, Miller will be here later on with ups and downs from Monday Night Raw, and you can read all about it. And Scott Carson's review at whatculture.com as well. It's available right now.
Put the images in it. There you go.
It's very good. It's a team effort.
Yeah.
And I read it. At WhatCulture WWE on Twitter. If you want to get in touch with us, you can also get in touch with both of us. You can follow Andy on Twitter at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Happenstance, which is my favourite Fozzy album.
You can follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn, where at midday today, BST, I'll be posting a simple poll: muffins or cupcakes?
Waffles.
The results on the news tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
Just everyone replies.
Culture war. We've started one here.
Pick a side.
It's like the new AEW versus WWE, isn't it? Yeah.
Cupcakes better. So
yeah. The Elite are better than CM Punk. Or CM Punk are better than the Elite. What's the other one? What are some other ones? The Young Bucks are better than the Usos.
Usos better.
People suck.
Yeah.
Szechuan
But do
sauce.
muffins or cupcakes suck? Adam Wilburn.
What would you prefer? Szechuan sauce or pickles? Is that what Rick and Morty's about?
I think so, basically.
It's like
And this.
Yeah.
Morty.
It's like a cartoon, isn't it? Anime. One of them. I don't know.
Thanks for watching.
I'm in a salty mood this morning.
See you soon.